minute. Um, Judy, I just made you go co-host, so if you don't mind letting people in, if I don't want to miss anyone. Are you,
Okay.
Judy? Okay. Well, again, welcome everyone. We're so glad you're here. And this session will just be a little overviews just in case there's any questions you have about the summer program. At the very end, we have time for questions. And also, if at any point during the presentation you have questions about the summer, something, just let me know. I also, when you come into the uh, Zoom, your mic is on. So if you could just double check and turn that off, that would be great. But feel free to ask questions in the chat. Judy, and if you could take a look at the chat, if there's anything in there that draw my attention to. And don't hesitate to unmute and stop me if there's something that you need a clarification on, okay? So as you know, we're at Central Park Montessori for our summer program. Um, each theme is 2 weeks, and it's the same themes as we did last year. And the teachers may take a little different on how they explore each theme, but the general theme will be the same. We begin the day at 8:30 and we end at 5. The first session is nature. We don't have session on Juneteenth, and session 2 is storybook camp. That's from the 30th of June until July 11th. We don't have a session on the 4th, a day we're off that day. Session 3 is aspiring artists, and the last session is science investigators. The daily schedule will be similar as it is right now. We'll have arrival between 8:30 and 9, morning circle, playtime, and then outside time, lunch. Again, these times can be a little bit different depending on the age of the child, and so rest time can vary depending on the age of the child and the class, and then afternoon, the afternoon session. We have a dismissal, 2 different dismissals, so whatever dismissal you are signed up for. Again, it's if you signed up till 5, then you can pick up at any time until then. As far as our teaching staff, it's been really fun to see the different teachers that combine from all 3 campuses. I think our teachers get a lot from it too because they learn from each other, working with some new people, get some new different ideas and different perspectives. The admin staff all comes together too, and we take turns at doing different sessions working together. The teacher bios are on the website, so if you go to our website, and also if you need a refresher on what themes of the classrooms are, it will be on our website as well in the underneath summer program. And the teachers will be sending you a little note to say hello on the 13th, which is that Friday after we're done with school. That's next week. From 2 to 3, there'll be a walkthrough, and so the teachers and parents can meet. Your children will have a chance to see the classroom space. You'll have a chance to see the classroom space. Children are welcome. We are asking that it be brief, of course, because we're still prepping. We're trying to, we'll close down the classrooms and then prepping also for summer. So, but it's nice for your children, especially if they don't go to Central Park during the school year, and it's been a long time since if they were even there last summer. It's nice to do a walkthrough and just kind of see the space. It will help them feel a little bit more comfortable, if that's possible. And if not, and you do want to visit it another time, it may be possible. It's kind of hard to, because of the time crunch that we're in, but we'll do our best to be able to accommodate. Each week, there's going to be a different lead administrator. The first session will be Maddie Turi from Central Park, and that's her contact information. You can always contact me about any of these things as well. Pre-K for All is still going on at both of the other Riverside and Park West for the pre-K programs for the first week. So that will be a little different. In the summertime, we use Brightwheel almost exclusively for communications. I mean, I think we do it at the other campuses too during the year for the regular program, but I think we put even more so in the summertime. So please put as much information as you possibly can on the app, including all your contact information. Newsletters and photos will be posted as well as daily activities. Remember, if there's something urgent or needs to be addressed in the same day, please call the main office, and that's the number there. The administration monitors Brightwheel, the teachers also to a certain extent, but they're not always, they're not looking down their iPads and phones. They're really working with the kids, not necessarily seeing everything right away. So make sure you call if there's something that's more urgent.
Susan, I have something to note about the Brightwheel. For families who are not Central Park families, you want to make sure that you're adding your pickups to the Brightwheel also, because now that you're at a new campus, if you have any approved pickups from your home campus, those are not going to transfer over. So make sure that those are listed in your Brightwheel also, so that your pickups don't have any trouble when it comes to time to get your kids.
Thank you, Ellen. Good point. Safety. So safety is our number one concern always. We have first aid kits that go in the backpack, that are in backpack go bags with children when we leave the campus, which in the summertime we spend a lot of time at the park, on walks and outside. Children always wear a safety vest when going out of the building. Make sure that your allergy information is up to date, and we post the information on the refrigerators if there's a special allergy that a child has on the refrigerator. We also have in the office. Make sure that everything's updated again in Brightwheel. We don't allow nuts at school, and there also may be limitations on other things based on classroom allergies. So maybe in your child's class, for instance, if there's a sesame allergy, we will not permit sesame in the room because it is one of the highly allergic foods that require potentially an EpiPen. Medications are not given at school with the exception of rescue medications like EpiPen, Auvi-Q, or inhalers. Please make sure that medications are not going to the main office, that are not going in your children's backpack to the classroom. They need to go straight to the main office, and please let the teachers know. We also want to make sure that children have closed-toed shoes with backs for safety outside play. We go in the wood chips and just make sure your children have shoes that they're very comfortable in running with. Yeah, and that can put them on by themselves, if possible, depending on their age, of course. Morning drop-off is a half an hour instead of an hour between 8:30 and 9. Obviously, if there's something else that your schedule doesn't permit that, please just let us know. We drop off the campers at the classroom door. Keep drop-off as brief as possible. Strollers should be folded up prior to entrance if possible, and also they may be stored at school. The infant room downstairs can be used for all of those things, and also in the areas where you're used to putting the strollers down either end of the building. We'll show that to you if you're not familiar with the building when you come in for your walkthrough, or in the morning when you arrive on the 16th. Go up the ramp and down the stairs. You may need to wait for a bit for the halls to clear. Please be patient on the first days of camp because people are just getting used to things, and there is a flow. It will happen, and the admin staff will fan out to make sure that we're greeting you and helping you get from place to place and directing you to the right classrooms. Again, make sure that you use the Brightwheel. We have the QR codes, and pickup is similar, and pickup's at 5. Please let us know if you're picking up early or late. We appreciate that communication. We also will be having music class with Jed once a week. He's still working out his schedule, and it also may change a little bit depending on, because he's got a few things going on this summer. Please dress for the weather. Children go out almost every day, weather permitting. We are keeping aware of heat advisories and pollution alerts. We are monitoring it today, by the way. When we just checked a few minutes ago, it was at moderate levels, so we allowed the children to go outside. But if it does get to the point where it's advised that we stay in, then we will. And if it's hot, if it's going to be a hot day, we'll oftentimes change the schedule, so that we're going out in the morning just to make sure that we get some fresh air, but not in the heat of the day. Kinder Dance is also offering classes, and you should have already received emails for that. Our provider that we had before, Carol, who is a person that worked for the school for a long time, she retired, and Madeline Vera took over her position, and she is currently monitoring and signing people up for Kinder Care or Kinder Dance. Parents are responsible for getting their children to the dance classes unless it overlaps or it's right after camp, and then teachers will do that, and then you can just pick up afterwards. Please apply sunscreen before children come to school, and then also sign the sunscreen form if you want your child to be reapplied with sunscreen, which we hope that everybody will. And then for extended day students or those who need a reapplication, we will be doing that during the day. And there's a list of what to bring each day that you should have already received. Please review that. Label all your items. Summer is a time when there's some transitions, and so it's make sure that we have everything labeled. And then bring an extra snack if your child stays late. We provide a morning snack, and Little Green Gourmets is also available for lunches. And also you were received a link for that. So if there's any questions about that, please let us know. So we have the walkthrough Friday again from 2 to 3. It's at our Central Park campus. We'd love to have you come and kind of see the space. And again, we're actively working to set up and break down and all those other things in the classroom. So make the visit brief, but we'd love to see you. And please let us know if you have any questions or concerns. And then we can take some questions right now. And we have some of our admin staff. Maddie Turi is going to be the first person that's on duty for the first week of camp. So she's available. I think you can unmute and say hi, Maddie, if you don't mind.
Hi. I recognize a lot of you from summers past. Welcome back. I will be here on the first day to help show you around. Feel free to stop in the office anytime if a question comes up.
And then I think, let's see, Ellen is here. Also, Ellen, if you don't mind, I guess you already said, you already made a very good comment.
Yes, hi everyone. I'm Ellen. I'm from the Park West campus. I will be on campus the end of session 3 and beginning of session 4.
Great. I think Judy's here. Judy, if you don't mind unmuting and saying hi too, that'd be great.
I'm here. I'm Judy. I work at Park West during the year. I will be at camp, I think, at the beginning of session 3 and then in session 4.
Okay, great. Thank you, Judy. And I think that that's it for admin staff right now. Did I miss anybody?
Siri is here.
Oh, Siri. Okay. Siri, do you mind unmuting and saying hi?
Hi, I'm Siri. I'm gonna be in the first sessions and then in the last.
I think that Candace will be here. Candace and Natasha, hopefully, and Jeannie also. You'll see them the first. Oh, good. Candace is going to join too. That's great. You'll have a chance to meet them as well when you go to Central Park. Does anyone have any questions?
There's some questions in the chat, Susan.
Okay.
Susan, I had a question that I put in the chat. I was just wondering, I know that last year, given the doors don't open until exactly 8:30, it can get a bit chaotic with everyone lining up and trying to pile in to get to work. I just was wondering if perhaps there had been any discussion or consideration or what my thoughts may be for this year's summer camp, if there's any flexibility to have the doors open just a few minutes before, so there's a little bit less, kind of chaos coming in at that 8:30 rush hour.
I haven't considered that before, but let us give it we'll give it a little consideration and let you know.
Perfect. Thanks, Susan.
You're welcome. Let's see. Is there more outdoor time in the afternoon play sessions or only one outdoor time per day? I think it can vary. We discussed the outdoor play, and I think that's something else we can give consideration to. We just want to make sure we have the appropriate because the pickup time sometimes is because of the timing, it can be difficult to be going outside again. But certainly that's something we can look at. Oh, and Ellen answered that. Okay, thank you, Ellen. Anything else? Yes, I can send the slide deck. I can actually put a link to that, and then I will also have a recording that I'll have a link to as well.
Sorry, one question. The Bright Wheel, I'm from Riverside School. Is it gonna, like, do I need a new link or do I need to register to Central Park School? Or is the same thing? Am I already kind of like onboarded?
You're all set. So what will happen is we'll place your child into a new classroom and you'll see that pop up on your phone when you come for summer camp. But like Ellen said, if you have any emergency contacts or approved pickups, make sure you double check the profile and make sure everything is there for your child.
Okay, thank you.
And when we're checking the Bright Wheel profile, would it be in the contacts? Those pickups, it'll be in the contact section.
Yes, if you scroll down, it's usually at the bottom of the child's profile. You'll see there where you can invite any additional caregivers to join.
Okay, perfect. And the little one was at the Central Park Summer Camp last year. So I think anything that was an approved pickup last year, that'll just follow over to the same Central Park Bright Wheel this year, as long as she was there last summer camp.
Hopefully. Just do a double check
Okay.
just to make sure.
Perfect. Thanks.
Okay. Andrew asked, our child is changing classes between session 1 and 2. Are there any considerations we need to think about? Maybe we can reach out to you separately, because if your children do change classrooms, sometimes, it's nice to be able to meet those people and say hello, and we try to facilitate that if possible. But we can maybe take a look at you and your child specifically, and just think about that and reach out to you separately about that.
I just had a question on what time the afternoon snack is served. If my kid is getting picked up at 3:30, if we should still send an afternoon snack. And I think there was another question about morning snacks and what that entails, and if people should send supplemental snacks for the morning.
So usually snack is served depending on the age. Usually the child will eat the afternoon snack after the nap time ends. So toddlers, that might be a little bit later, early childhood, it might be around 2:30. And then morning snack is usually a fruit, a rice cake, a vegetable, something like that. If your child is a hungry child, you might consider bringing in an additional morning snack.
And on the nap time, if it's early childhood, do you limit it to 45 minutes? Because sometimes I find, like today, I think our kid naps for a longer time at school, and then he's just not going to sleep till like 9:30, 10. And I'm hoping that, like, as he progresses through school, the naps get shorter. But will you all wake them up after 45 minutes, or do you let them sleep longer if they're sleeping?
The nap time for early childhood is about an hour for those that are sleeping, and then they gently try to wake the children up after that time.
Okay.
Water time is at the park. Sometimes we do have like a water table or something like that in the classroom, but we don't have an outside designated space at Central Park. So it is at the park, and they have, there'll be a schedule. Your teacher will reach out to you and let you know more about the schedule that they have for going in the sprinklers. Separation schedule for kids will nap at school for the first time. I think probably that would be a good conversation to have individually with your child's teacher, but certainly we can touch base with you individually as well. I'll write your name down. What is, maybe you could put your child's name down?
Yeah, I can put it down. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Let's see. Lauren, can you introduce yourself too? She's one of the administrators as well. She'll be here in the summer.
Yes. Natasha, do you mind muting your microphone?
And Natasha, you can go after.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lauren. I work with Susan. We rotate between the campuses, and I'll be working sessions 1 and 4.
And then Natasha, I think you're here too, right? If you don't mind introducing yourself.
Hi, I'm Natasha. I'm from the Riverside campus. I'm the administrative coordinator. I'll be there for 2 sessions. I don't remember which 2 sessions. I think it's session 2, I think week 1 and 2. I'll be at the front desk and I'll say hi to everyone.
Thank you, Natasha. I'm not sure if Candace is here. I think she was.
She's joining now.
Okay.
Noticed some questions about separation. I just felt I can briefly talk about that. You know, you want to anticipate that your child is in a new, for many children, in a new physical place and with a new group of teachers. So anticipate a little bit of separation. You know, maybe it's a little step backwards in the first few weeks. You know, be assured that if your child is upset all day long, you will know. But we find often that that separation at the door can be tricky for especially the first few weeks. But then once the children settle in, they're usually really happy. The teachers try and send you pictures of them happily engaging in work. And just as something to heads up. So there might be a little bit of a phase in or into being comfortable period when you start your camp, and because the teachers don't necessarily stay the same all year long or all summer long, there might be a little bit of, you might anticipate with a new face there might be another little step back, but do be assured that your children are comfortable and happy, and if anybody wasn't, you would be knowing about it. I've had parents in the past concerned that their child's crying at the door, but once they're settled in, they're having a great time. So just, as a reassurance about that, something to expect.
I have a question. I wrote it in the chat, but it was missed. How many kids are gonna be in the Redbud classroom and the age range?
I believe it's
Hi,
Matt.
Redbud is, oh, sorry about that, Susan.
You probably have it in front of you. Go ahead.
I don't have it in front of me. I can look. Redbud is older toddler, so it's the 2 to 3 age range. It's usually around 12 children. I'd have to look and see who asked that. I can respond directly after I take a moment to look.
Thank you.
That's right. It's 12, 11, and then 13 students in session 4.
And Nancy, we can let you know too about, I did follow up with Kinderdance regarding your child joining, so I hope that she'll get back to you soon, but I'll follow up again with her.
If our child is enrolled in the different Kinderdance programs, will they get shuttled from like place to place? Okay.
Yes, unless
If your child,
Sorry?
if there's a gap between, for instance, if your child's a dismissal at 3:30 and your class doesn't start till 4:15, you will have to come and get your child and go get him a snack or do something and then bring him back at 4:15 when the class starts. So if it's right up to the very, if your child's enrolled till 5 and the class is at 4:15, we will take your child out or to class and back again. If your child, just getting back to separation, we're happy to communicate with you after a few minutes. We'll see how they're doing. Don't hesitate to to let us know if you'd like some follow-up in terms of if your child's crying or something like that, if your child's having a hard time. We might ask you to stay kind of close by, and then if we do need to do a little bit of a phase-in period, then we'll just let you know that you could leave your child for a couple of hours and then pick up and then, stay a little longer the next day. But we're hoping that we can have a nice smooth start, and there might be a few tears, but generally speaking, we're hoping everything will go fine. But if there's a little bit of issue with separation, the teachers are very good at being able to monitor and sort of know whether or not it's something that we need some immediate attention for parents to come back and pick up. We won't let your children cry for long periods of time. If your child's really distressed, we will right away let you know. And we're pretty good at knowing what's, is it something that's just attention getting that's going to go away in a few minutes, or is it something the child's really distressed? And we'll kind of handle it from there. So please be assured we won't, we won't let your child be miserable, and we want them to enjoy summer camp. And so we'll figure out a way to make that work. Okay. Any other thing? The chat's kind of long here. Is there anything that we missed there that don't hesitate to unmute?
Yes. I see one about if you're having an outdoor lunch, the teachers will let you know if they're planning a picnic, and recommend putting an ice pack in that lunch, or because it might be outside for a little while. But if you put an ice pack in, it's usually okay. Teachers will often maybe have lunch first and then play, so the lunches aren't sitting out for ages. But that would be something, that you'd be able to plan, because the teachers will give you a heads up on when they're planning on doing an outdoor lunch.
Candace, did you already introduce yourself?
I did not. I just joined. I'm Candace, Director of Admissions and Education at Riverside Montessori School. I've been here 19 years, and I'm thrilled to be joining the Central Park or Twin Park Summer Camp for the third session. So really enjoy spending time there and getting to see all the teachers that I only work with over the summer, or the admin who I adore and only work with over the summer as well. So for Riverside families that are there during session 3 or just joining, I'll be there, a familiar face to assist you, and everyone else new, I will be there to greet you in the morning and to give you any check-in calls or messages that you need.
Thanks, Candace. I answered to Alyssa. Yes, the teachers offer potty training, wherever children are at, we are going to help them along the way. So absolutely, if your child's in the process of toilet training, then just let us know, and we'll help you with that for sure. They're experts.
And then Susan, kind of in conjunction with that, for the kids that I know, for example, in Orange Room, that are going over to Central Park for the summer camp, and they're having that 2-hour nap. Since it's kind of such a quick transition, is there any recommendations that you guys would say for them going from 2-hour nap to just 1-hour nap?
I think the nap can vary depending on how much children want to sleep, but I would say maybe someone else can answer this better than I can regarding nap.
Yeah, if a child is heavily sleeping and it's been an hour and they're not waking up, they're not going to force the child to wake up, as long as it's not time for them to walk out the door at dismissal. They will let the children wake up and kind of gently wake them up, but understanding, especially those children that are transitioning from a younger room to an older room, the teachers understand that, and they do recognize that they are moving from a long nap to that short nap. And also in the summer, the kids tend to be really tired. So in general, their naps might be a little longer, even at the EC level, just because they're outside in the heat, and children who don't sleep during the year, sometimes they're sleeping in the summer because they're just tuckered out in a different kind of way. So the teachers are prepared to help them through that.
Thank you.
Are we going to meet with the teachers before the summer camp starts, just to give some content about our child? I mean, from being with a very warm, close relationship with his existing teachers, moving to 4 new teachers and 20 new faces, new school, new class. I'm pretty like concerned about their adjustment and just like, hey, this is the year. And then how will they know anything about my son?
So are you going to be, so we have the
In
time,
Pine Room.
so they're going to be visiting the new class on Friday between 2
Yeah.
and 3. And if you wanted to set up something else, if you touch base, certainly feel free to reach out and we can arrange something.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Sure.
Question. Will the teachers stay the same if you're in the same room all sessions?
Likely not. There is, some teachers, they do go away. There's a little bit of shift. We try to keep things as consistent as possible, but you would have already received your assignment, so hopefully you had it on there who your teachers are for the different sessions. But we will have the roster available as well, and we can, for you to be able to see who the teachers will be, and if there's any. Usually there is some changes just because teachers take vacations and things like that, but we try to keep it as consistent as possible.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for all the great questions. I'm writing these things down, and if there's anything follow up afterwards, make sure that you email me and I can follow up with you as well. We'll have the recording available. If there's anything you missed, if you came in late, have the slides. And again, we're looking forward to a great summer with your children. And please feel free to reach out if you have any concerns or questions as we go along. Okay. All right. Well, thanks so much for joining, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.